Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guest is David Goppelt.
Goppelt, yeah.
Yep. And David is one of our past interns, and you were here, it was 2 years ago now. You and
No,
I...
3 years ago.
No way. Has it been
Yeah,
three?
it's been 3 years,
Oh,
Greg.
David, don't tell me that. Time passes so quick. But David was here for a year, and you've been out on your own now, working at different grazing operation, and now you're in up by D.C. at a farm.
That's right, Greg.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm 30 minutes west of D.C. I'm on a Kenlock Farms is the name of the farm, and yeah, we're doing grass-finished beef. This year we did 100 head of steers.
Okay.
That's what we're projected to do that. The goal is to continue increasing that.
Yep.
The farm originally was conventional, Greg. It was founded in 1960, and they've saw fit and they've had the courage to change, which I really, my hat's off to them, Greg, because especially in a part of the country where people have been doing things for 400 years, it's hard to change.
Oh man, big time.
Yeah, but what I do there primarily, my job title is senior herdsman.
Okay.
I started out managing the finishers and stalkers, and now I've taken over the grazing plan for all the herds on the farm. We also have a cow-calf herd.
Okay.
And so I don't do all the work by any means. I'm not the manager. I have a manager above me.
Yep.
And I coordinate with him. But the primary thing I'm responsible for, Greg, if I was to reduce it to two things, is grass growth and putting the energy through the animals and making sure they perform.
Okay, good. Well, you got to get them finished on grass, and if you don't keep a pretty good focus on animal performance and you lose out on that daily, you'll end up at the end of the year and they're not fat.
Yeah, I mean, the cost, Greg, of animals that aren't performing is huge. I mean, it'd be like if you're trying, for instance, we've talked about total grazing or other things, you're trying to utilize more of your forage base. There's not energy in it. When you do that, you're going to end, more of what you're getting is going to go to maintenance instead of growth and reproduction.
Right.
Your animal performance is going to suffer. Your animals can't grow as fast. In some cases, based on what I've learned from you and Ian, animals become dinks that'll never grow out at all. So then you've got animals that maybe you've been trying to finish for 3 years or more, and they're never going to really show you a profit. And you can't finish an animal at 800 pounds, take it to a processor, go through all the fees, and make money. You really need 1,000 pounds, is what I'm learning, what we've found at our farm, and really 1,100 or 1,200 is better. Yep.
Well, you've got to have the right genetics too. I mean, a lot of people are trying to finish these animals that are what I call, 6-7 frame steers, and you can read a newspaper underneath their belly. They got a lot of, they got a lot of leg on them, and they wonder why they can't get them finished. And it does make a difference. Get a proper framed animal.
I absolutely agree with that, Greg. If you're trying to take a 1,500 pound cow and finish her steer on grass, that dog won't hunt. It's, I mean, you need to start with animals. I mean, I guess you didn't ask me to do this, but I'll do it for you. I'll give you a plug. We've got bulls here. What do you think their frame are? Two or three frames, Greg?
Yeah, they're about a 2 frame.
A 2 frame.
Yep.
And I don't think you're going to find a single tail head in these that isn't got lots of fat on it.
Yep.
And these bulls will probably be 1,200 pounds, 1,300 pounds when they're finished.
When they're mature, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big bull for us is 1,300. Most of them are in the 1,200 pound range.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to put more of their energy, or more of the energy that's going to them, which they're getting really good feed, can go to growth, or in the case if this was a cow herd, to reproduction that she can put into her calf. Yeah, you take a big frame animal, they're not going to be able to, they're just not going to work.
Nope.
And grazers that are trying to do that, Greg, are probably going to end up feeding some corn to make, if they want to make their economics work. And that's where people go to corn.
Well, you hear that all the time. They say they can't get them fat on grass. And so they're supplementing them, corn and soybean meal and all this other stuff. And it's like, well, and then you look at the cattle and you're like, okay, I can figure out now why you're not getting them fat. They're just too darn big.
And I'd say this, Greg, probably the most important thing you could invest in for a grazing business is knowledge and the experience, and that's what you and Jan are doing with your grazing schools and with your apprenticeship programs. For me, the year here was just mountaintop experience. But also the second thing is you need a really efficient mowing machine.
Yeah.
You know, you can have the best electric fence reels. You could even have really great watering systems and great fence. But if that animal is not the right animal, it doesn't matter.
So you're calling the animal the mowing machine.
That's correct, Greg. And if we can get
Let's
1,000,
look at 'em.
yeah, if we can get 1,000 animals as our mowing machine, and they're sharp blades
Yep.
that are cutting the grass efficiently and
Yep.
doing what needs to be done, that's how you're going to make money. No real farmer that uses John Deere mowers is going to go to the field with dull blades. That wouldn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense if you're doing trying to do a grass genetic system, to have a 1,500 pound cow to get your calf from.
Well,
It's shooting yourself in the foot.
that's what I keep telling people, and the people that run the big ones, they get really mad at me when I do a video on 1,000-pound cow versus a 1,500-pound cow in an all grass system. It just doesn't work, and they get pretty hot, and they're like, well, we like our 1,500-pound cows. I'm like, well, then fine, just keep them, but don't complain when they don't get finished. When you can't get them finished on grass.
Maybe they're looking at something else other than making money, Greg. I don't know what else to say. You'd have to speak for them, I guess, Greg, but that would be my guess.
Yeah.
They must not be concerned about making money with grass.
Well, I can tell you this. This is a beautiful evening. We're standing in a field of big blue stem with a bunch of fat animals. I can hear them ripping behind me, that rip, rip, rip noise, which is ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And we got a beautiful sunset back there. And it's not 100 degrees now. It feels more like 75 or 80 out here. So
it's a beautiful evening.
It's a wonderful evening to spend with a good friend. And David, thank you so much. And Jan and I wish you the best in your future. And please come back, stay in contact with us, and let us know how you're doing on your grazing journey.
Thank you, Greg. And if I may make one comment back to you and Jan, I really believe that of all the lasting things you and Jan are doing, not just putting together a grazing farm and an operation, but empowering me and other young men, and we can talk about all their names. Isaac's one we definitely know.
Yep.
To really make things happen, not only in grazing, but also in their lives. I really think that's something that's worth living for, and that's something to be very proud of.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you so much, David, for that.